Drivin Ivan Katz here with the all-new but retro Camaro SS. I'm going to drive it around Southern California to see what it's like. Let's take a look. I think it's definitely a winner in the looks department. It looks muscular and modern, yet there's no mistaking that it's a Camaro. I'm not too crazy about non-functioning louvers, but they do add to the look a bit. The racing stripes, on the other hand, look great. They definitely show that this Camaro means business. The trunk is not huge, but it will swallow up a surprising amount of luggage. Inside, the Camaro combines both retro and modern styling. The black and gray leather seats with white stitching look great, and they're also comfortable. The radio and climate controls are simple and easy to use. The steering wheel has a bit of retro flair and lets you control the cruise control and also your Bluetooth and radio volume. Paddle shift buttons are located behind the wheel and let you shift up or down. You also get a manual sports setting on the shift knob, plus a voltmeter, transmission temperature, and pressure and temperature gauges for the oil. The back seats are comfortable, but due to the low roof line, you probably want to reserve them for kids or short journeys for adults. The Camaro is powered by a 6.2-liter V8, making 426 horsepower and 420 pound-feet of torque. That'll get you to 60 in 4.6 seconds in the automatic, with a quarter-mile time of 13.1 seconds. You can expect to average 16 miles per gallon in the city and 24 miles per gallon on the highway. Price is always a big factor considering any car, and this Camaro SS here starts at $31,000. And when you consider all the power and speed that it offers, that's a good deal. The Dodge Challenger that I tested, the RT version, came in with all the options at $50,000, and this one's actually quicker. So kudos to Chevy. Well, the Camaro and I have finally made it. Hollywood. Rodeo Drive. Probably one of the most interesting streets in the world to drive up. Up ahead on the right, you see a very custom Bugatti Veyron right out in front of the designer's place. Very nice, Bijan. Don't see those every day. Hey, look, here's a Ford GT40. When you take the shifter, slide it back into the M mode, that's the sport mode. That means the engine's gonna rev higher and you're gonna have more speed. You can also gear down with the paddle shifters. You can downshift and it blips the throttle for you. It's kind of nice. Great sound too. It's really just a joy to drive a car like this up the Pacific Coast Highway. The Camaro here gets a lot of looks on the street, and I think that's a compliment because California is really car town. Everybody takes care of their cars, everybody keeps them clean, and it's amazing the older cars that you see still on the street here. And I think people appreciate the nostalgia of this Camaro and its body shape and its retro look. In terms of comfort and handling, the Camaro gets top marks. I've driven it close to 1,000 miles already, and no problems for my back and no problems fitting in any luggage. In terms of handling, well, it's got independent suspension, very different than the original classic Camaro, which of course did not take a turn very well, but this one makes up for it. is such a fun car that it's really hard to think of anything negative to say about it, but the low roof line, well, that's a negative, because it's tough to fit people in the back seat, but it's also a style thing, so it could be a positive too. The car looks great. Maybe it's sort of like a woman in high heels. Sure, I'm sure they're very uncomfortable to walk in, but women look great wearing them. Another slight negative also has to do with the styling of the steering wheel. It's retro and therefore it's raked in, so when you're controlling the cruise control or the radio volume or the Bluetooth, it's kind of hard to get at with your thumbs, but small sacrifice to pay for styling. The Camaro SS has some stiff competition from the likes of the Dodge Challenger and the Ford Mustang, but I think it fares well in the competition. It's certainly the quickest of the bunch, and it's also very reasonably priced. Basically, if you're in the market for a retro muscle car, then you should certainly consider the Camaro. I'm Drivin Ivan Katz.